has refused to pay tribute.
Anyone doing business finds it cheaper to pay than fight. And a lot healthier.
They can be licked if we all stand together. The pen is still mightier than the sword or the six-gun. I'll rouse the decent people to organize and fight for their rights. The law hasn't been able to do anything.
The law can't help folks if they won't help the law. No one will appear against him.
I suppose you mean me.
Well, you could have helped me get a conviction.
Of course I could. But you couldn't have kept me from being murdered. And that's what happened to Joe Carson.
And that's what we're up against. I don't blame Horner.
I'm not blaming anyone, but I'm in this fight to a finish. I won't stop till that gang is wiped out. What is it?
Read it.
And last warning. Keep your nose out of what is none of your business, or they'll be hanging crepe on your door. The Protective Association.
You've your family to think of. You'd better drop this fight, Garrett.
This part of the family's in the fight with him.
And they'll know they've been in a fight.
Who's doing all the fighting?
Think.
Shorty, I'm a-coming.
In with your donation.
Well, business has been pretty rotten lately, and I thought...
That's better than not having any business. What do you mean by hiding in here and spying on us?
I wasn't spying.
Don't you lie to me.
I'm not a liar and I'm not a spy.
You trying to be smart?
I didn't know he was there. Kids are always playing around the board.
That better be true. What were we talking about?
I don't know. I didn't hear you.
I'm going to make sure of that. Last chance.
Please don't hit me. Please don't. I told you the truth. I didn't hear a thing. Please don't hit me. Ow. Please don't. Quit it. Don't hit me. I told you the truth. Please don't. Ow. Please don't. Quit it.
You're going to be stubborn, are you?
Get out of here before I lose my temper.
You started something you're going to find mighty hard to finish.
Oh, I don't think so. Anybody that'll horsewhip a kid can't be much of a job for a man to handle. Now get out. Who is this boy?
That's Garrett's kid,
Who is he?
editor of the Weekly Star. Officers are down the street. Say, better watch your step. Them two fellas bad.
So is an overripe egg. Please.
Put him on the couch, please. Missouri, get some water.
A couple of no-good hombres tried to beat him with a buggy whip.
Any idea who the men were?
No, I'm a stranger in town.
But why should they want to hurt Jerry?
I've a pretty good idea.
Jerry? Sure, I'm all right. I've seen him pop those big bullies.
You weren't so bad yourself, old-timer.
It was worth getting a little bump to see you go into action.
We owe you a big debt of gratitude. My name's Garrett. Mr. Bradley. How do you do?
Pleased to meet you.
My daughter, Betty.
How do you do?
My name is Jeff Hayes.
Just passing through?
Why, no, I kind of figure on going into business here.
Well, I'm mighty glad to hear that.
I'm glad, too. We need men of action around here.
Thanks. And I figure on giving the boys plenty of action. Well, good day.
Ain't it swell? He's gonna stay. Isn't. Not ain't. Isn't or ain't. It's still swell. Hello.
Boy, this is an altar that got his chance. You put down $1, and if you can make a smile, you'll get back 35 more.
Gee.
Round and round she goes. Nobody knows.
Jeff's been showing you how to work this thing. Sure is swell. Is this your business?
Why, yes. I know it isn't much, but...
Come on, Jerry. Oh, gee, sis, that was lots of fun. You don't understand. Decent people don't have gamblers as their friends. Oh, gee.
Hello, Mack. Well, hello, Jeff.
Want this, boss?
Put it on the dice table.
Hey, McClure. This is a fellow by the name of Jeff Hayes. Figures on reopening the games in here.
He's back there now.
Well, I'll have a talk with him.
Well, I'm always willing to oblige.
I'll settle that some other time. I'm here to tell you can't do business unless you join the Protective Association.
Who said so?
Never mind about that. Join and save yourself trouble.
I'll take care of any trouble that comes my way.
The Tin Horn running these games just ahead of you had the same idea.
Yeah, and they planted him in Boot Hill. I'm not asking you to join. I'm telling you.
And I'm busy, and you're in the way. Now get out!
Hey, Hayes.
What do you mean?
They've wiped out everyone who's tried.
Who's the leader of this gang?
That's something no one knows. These fellas collect what they call donations. And if you don't pay up, it's just too bad.
One dog can drive a herd of sheep. But I thought folks out here stood on their hind legs and carried guns. Hey, boys. Put this poker table in that corner. I kind of like to sit with my back to the wall so as to keep out of the draft.
It won't make much difference. I don't think you're going to live very long.
Table over here.
Boss is about ready to crack down.
Why worry about a newspaper? It can't shoot.
It can make other people shoot. And if he doesn't pull in his horn, he's in for a lot of trouble.
Oh, Dirt.
Oh, Blackie.
Blackie.
Fellow by the name of Jeff Hayes.
Did you see him?
Did we? I'll say we did.
What about it?
He refuses to pay.
The boss won't like that.
The first outfit I ever worked for didn't know who the boss was.
If you want to stay healthy, you won't even get curious.
I wasn't trying.
Yeah, you better not. We get our orders, and that's all we gotta know.
Shut up. What about this Hayes fellow?
Well, we started to lay the law down to him when he got the drop on us and threw us out.
Now, ain't that swell? If we let him get away with it, it'll be tough trying to keep the others in line. Looks like a job for you, Blackie.
Suits me.
Yeah, but we got something else to worry about. This newspaper bird is holding a mass meeting to stir things up.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's help him stir.
Emma, sit down. Tell me about yourself.
Say, Jeff, do me a favor.
Sure.
Teach me to be a gambler like you.
Say, I'll teach you something really worth knowing.
What's that?
How to rope a steer. You know, a top cowhand rates far above a gambler. You ever get to be a rodeo champion? Boy, what a kick.
Gee, that's swell. I think we'd ought to keep Jerry away from that Jeff Hayes.
Mr. Garrett, if I was you, I'd call off this mass meeting.
What do you mean?
When you're fighting bushwhackers, you don't ride along the skyline. You fight from under cover.
That's not my way.
If you can't fight the way the others fight, you'd better...
Wait. I like you, but I don't like your business. I don't care for advice from a gambler.
Here's my advice, whether you like it or not. Don't leave your gun at home.
1% on the black, boys. Nobody on it. Nobody wins. All right, get your money down. Round and round the little ball goes. But she lands, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Who's on the 35? On the winner. Who's on the 35? Boys, get the round again, boys. You can't win all the time. I can't lose all the time. I'll give you a whirl, mister. Give me a stack.
Right.
Pharaoh and roulette's for women and children. Poker's the only game for man.
Yeah, that's the way I feel about it. Is Garrett holding his mass meeting tonight?
Yep. Folks turning out pretty good.
Is Garrett there?
I never seen him. Yes, and I'm going to keep my ears and eyes open. I'll tell you right now. All right. Oh, get your money down again, boys. Keep rolling again. Round it goes. It's rolling again now, boys. You don't play, you can't win. There's a payoff lot over there. Round you go. Nobody knows. I warned you my grandpappy was...
The games are closed for the night. It's all better go to the mass meeting.
How are you? Glad to see you now.
Well, Garrett, this is bringing results.
Yes, Homer, it looks like the folks mean business. All right.
Ah, good evening, Miss Betty.
Good evening.
You going to play for us?
I'm going to do my best.
Play some more, too.
You were telling me your granddaddy was fast on the draw. Could he beat this? That's a bad with my left hand, either. Now, if you crave a fight, make it now, or get out and stay out. Wait.
Somebody show old man Garrett. Who got him? Why, Garrett! Let's get him back. Keep back, boys. Keep back. Give him air.
Dad! Get it, Doctor, quick. Somebody please take him into the office.
Here comes the sheriff with the men who did it. Wait a minute. I know you run with that gang.
You've got the wrong men, Sheriff. I was standing in front of the saloon watching them when the shot was fired, and I know they didn't do it.
Why do you defend them?
Because I know they're innocent this time. You don't seem to care whether you get the right man or not, so long as you can grab someone and hang something on him. That's much easier than trying to find the real killer or the head of the gang.
I've been suspicious of you ever since you first came to town.
So what?
My advice to you is to watch your step.
You're the one that's slipping, not me. Besides, I have no respect for anybody that won't fight back when they're hit.
Had to close you up, Jeff.
Anything to do with the Protective Association?
I'm not saying anything.
I see. Well, you don't need to. If that's the game they like, I'll play it with them.
Give me another drink.
So long, Mac.
So long, Jeff.
Money. Why, we hardly make a living. Can't you leave us in peace? Don't the big ranchers pay enough?
Sure they do. We got fair and treat everyone the same. Come on, you're wasting our time.
You better give them what we have.
Now you're talking sense.
What's that stuff?
It's coffee.
Coffee? Why, that slop ain't fit for a sheep herder.
Maybe it does taste a mite funny. It's because we use the grounds over 2 and 3 times.
Did you hear that? They use those coffee grounds over 2 or 3 times.
Turn around and put your guns on that table. If you'll be so kind, I'll take all the money you collected for me.
What's this, hijacking one of my bosses?
You can call it whatever you like. And as far as your boss is concerned, he's going to pay for closing me out of business.
The gang will crack down.
Give me that money. Keep coming. Now back up. A lot of fun before I came in. A big girl like you crying. It's a shiny nose.
He had us covered. We didn't have a chance. He took every cent.
That's the 5th time he's done it. Fellas, you've got to handle him.
Not me. I can fight anything human, but chain lightning's out of my class.
I feel a lot better if he was with us instead of against us.
Maybe you've said something.
Well, you can't take him in.
It might be cheaper to do that than fight him.
How do you know he'll play with us?
He's a gambler. He'll play any game worthwhile. I'll take it up with the boss.
Just the same, I don't trust him.
And then they made a cowardly attempt to murder my father. But the fight goes on just the same. And we learn from past mistakes. When you're fighting a bushwhacker, you don't ride along the skyline. You fight from undercover.
How do you figure to fight from undercover?
With a secret band of vigilantes. Hang every man known to be in the gang. That should soon finish their collectors.
Every member of that committee would be marked for death as soon as he was known.
No one is forced to join. Anyone who would rather pay blackmail than fight?
I'd rather put any chance at all. Sure.
I give up, Sheriff. Don't shoot.
You can put your hands down, but don't try any monkey business.
That's a mighty fine capture, son. Someday you're going to make a real sheriff.
Why are you and Betty mad at each other?
Well, we're not mad. It's just that she doesn't understand some things, that's all.
Yeah, women are like that.
Maybe you're right.
Where are you going?
I think I'll ride out and see if I can find myself a coyote pup. I know where there's a den.
Oh, please don't go without me. I'll get my horse. Wait here.
I'd like to have a talk with you.
What about?
You know, you're headed for trouble cutting in on a protective association.
I'll take my chances.
Well, why take a chance when you don't have to?
What do you mean?
They're willing to take you in with them.
Why?
Because they can always use a gunfighter like you.
I'm not interested in fighting for anyone but myself.
They'll make it well worth your while.
I'm willing to listen.
Fair enough. Let's go.
Where'd he go?
Out that way.
Oh, Ted.
Back in 1 year, you made a swell high-stepping senorita.
Oh, lay off, will you?
Come on, Hayes. We've got business to talk over. What did he mean by that?
I'll write you.
Now, here's the monthly take. And your cut will be 10%.
I'm making 100 now. Is that the best you can do?
Well, yes.
But I must leave.
Hold on.
Well, who is this boss that gets the big cut? You?
No.
Who is it?
Well, now, that's something you shouldn't worry about.
Oh, it's Ranking Violet, huh?
No, Poison Ivy.
Hey, Jeff! Where are you, Jeff? Hey, Jeff!
Carter outfit has refused to pay.
They'll pay before we get through with them.
Meet me at McClure's tonight. I'll give you orders.
Jeff! Hey, Jeff! Jeff! A minute! thought you were Jeff Hayes.
Well, that's who you're looking for, huh?
Yeah, we were going hunting for Coyote Pup. He went away without me.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Well, what do you think?
Sure, don't you get it? Brett's right. Now we can shut up that newspaper for good.
Yeah, let them bring on their vigilantes.
I want to go home. Jeff! Take me home, won't you?
Hey, who do you think I am? Your nurse? They'll dance any tune we whistle as long as we've got the kids.
Well, we got...
Joe,
Yeah.
you stay here and watch the kid. And go easy with him.
Jerry, have you seen him?
I ain't seen hide nor hair of him all day.
Go out and see if you can find him for me, will you?
Oh, that kid's gonna drive me to drink yet. Never get no rest at all. It ain't one day it's nothing. Middle of the night, you have to go hunt a kid. I'll bet if I ever It ain't right that I should run all over the United States looking for a runaway kid. I'm a printer. I ain't no nursemaid. I bet if I had a kid of my own, he'd be home in bed by this time. He ain't here nowhere. Drink. Drink? My cap.
Oh, come on, fellas. Let's don't play it no more. Uh-oh. Let me have this. What's it?
Confound them pesky this time of year.
Hey, this is one time the sheriff is going to get it.
You're I've ever seen the law stampeded with a hunk of paper.
Well, I'm afraid something's happened to him.
What could have? Kids never do know when it's time to come home. Now, don't worry, Miss Betty. If I see him, I'll send him right on home.
Thank you.
Miss Betty, how's your father?
Well, he's doing pretty well. Won't you come in? I want to talk to you.
Certainly. Sit down. That's what our orders are.
Say, if you hadn't the brains, you'd get your orders straight from the boss. Yeah, I know who he is.
You better shut up about that.
Who says so?
I do.
Then I'll tell him so. That's it. Yeah.
You are.
Me like a trick. And you walk straight here. Haven't you got any better sense than that?
His eye on Bradley.
What'd you say?
Well, what's the matter, sour puss? Why don't you smile? Tell the sheriff to keep his eye on Bradley.
Huh? I was doubtful of him from the start.
But you said it was okay.
I know, but he looks dangerous. He better not come back from that Carter raid. Well, here. Have that note delivered.
Out for you. Don't let anyone see you.
The vigilantes are raring to go if you can show them some action.
There's still plenty to do. After. Disband the vigilantes and stop your fight. Read this note? I saw him.
I'll round up the boys for you by morning.
Eye on me. No. He said to tell Bradley to keep the sheriff's eye. Wait a minute. Now. He said to tell the sheriff that Bradley's eye will keep Bradley's eye on the sheriff. Oh.
Means to try and beat the Protective Association. Go on, boys.
Why, you dirty double-crosser!
Take them into town.
He said to tell the sheriff to keep his eye, eye on what? To keep the... That's it.
The gang ran into an ambush. Somebody double-crossed us. Jeff Hayes. Did he get away? I don't know. We'd better get out of here. What about the rest of the stuff at the cave? We'll pick that up on the way.
To a cave.
Don't come any closer, I'll shoot.
We've got to take him along. He'll cover our getaway.
Why, don't stop me now. I'm after Bradley.
Bradley's got nothing to do with this.
We know you belong to that gang.
Where's my brother?
He's all right. Don't worry about him.
What's Bradley got to do with it?
He's the leader of the gang, and he's making his getaway.
Oh, that's only a stall to save your neck.
Listen, you've got to believe me.
Why should I?
Explain it to him, Sheriff.
Jeff's an old friend of mine. Why, I sent for him to help break up this gang.
He did say he was going after Bradley.
Well, if he said that, we're going after Bradley, too. Come on, men.
Your gun, Bradley.
Cliff with Bradley.
Boys, get after that wagon. Nice work, Jeff. You know, there were times when you had me thinking you were a real gambler.
I don't want to ever do it again.
Why not?
You wouldn't understand. Decent people don't have gamblers among their friends.
I guess I owe you an apology.
Well, that's all right. They got me, Sheriff.
Oh, Sheriff, do something. Can't you see he's hurt?
Come on, Jerry. Let's get him.